All right, here is the video review for Iron Factory's IF-EX68 Claw of OSE, however you want to say it. It is Jaguar, however you want to say it, from Lyle Kaiser, aka Breast Force Team, aka all the fun stuff. And this one, the other ones we went from robot to alt mode because that made more sense for doing it all in one go. Here we're going to go from alt mode to robot mode because that makes it a little bit easier for the combined mode. Speaking of the combined mode, his part here is this waist piece. You can see the connectors where the legs will attach, and we'll show that off at the end of the video. I will say, unless you're packing it back up, once you have these parts attached, there's no real reason to disconnect them. Even if because you can take everybody out without taking all the assembly of the torso or the combiner mode bits apart, and that's probably for the best. Like I don't recommend popping them on and off because the legs clip on very, very securely. They do come off, but it's not a process that I want to do more, mostly because I feel like just the leverage you have to get them to pop off of here, I worry about possibly breaking something here. Hasn't been an issue, but it is a little bit of a, a thing. But it could be a concern, I guess, and just something to watch out for. But what's cool is, like, you can see it's got the dual hinge hips here. A little hard to move because it's counting on the leverage from the legs. But there's a connector piece. You can see there's a swivel there on top of all the articulation we already saw on the legs. He's got these little panels right here that can come out and up as you're posing him around. And also the way he connects, he kind of sandwiches in here, but there's, and like this pegs in and this pegs in to hold the him into the torso bit. But there's a hinge here, and then the hinge here that pegs in also can come up. So you can have him sandwiched in here between these pegs, but he's got a dual ab crunch for combined mode, which probably won't look as impressive until we have everything connected, but it's still kind of cool that they built that in. But anyway, we'll deal with more of this in a little bit. I just wanted to show it off at first. He comes with the same accessories as the others: bendy pole, dual-sided spear that the tips can come off of. For the combined weapon, we still don't have enough pieces to make the big combined scimitar or connected spiky blades weapons yet, but he also comes with those. He also comes with some pieces that, one, it looks like these connect onto the back of a 7th combined mode if you use all 7, and this piece right here can flip out to the side, I think, to facilitate that. There's some like wing pieces that also connect. But for whatever reason, these are on hinges and can rotate. But these can also, for whatever other purpose they are in combined mode, you can take this handle piece, plug it in here, plug it in here, and then like, these rotate to match. But why are these not? There we go. But you get a combined gun. This is like a pistol gun mode for the combiner. And as I mentioned previously, you can take the barrel, and this by itself looks fine with missile launchers up here and gun barrels down here. But you can take the cannons or the gun barrels off of Hammer of Morax and they plug in here. It kind of fills in this gap and also gives a little bit more detailing and kind of gives that Gatling barrel to the end of the pistol. So that's officially where those go for the combined mode weapon here. But if you want to just leave them on the leg, you can do that too. That's pretty much all we're going to see this for in the video, so I just want to show that off. He also comes with a couple little extra hand claw weapons that also go on the big spear, it looks like. But again, we don't have all the parts to make it as far as I can tell. So we have all the parts. We'll show off the big scythe weapon as well. Comes with a bunch of hands, which we'll get to in robot mode. But as of right now, there he is. He rolls really nicely. These are on back hinges, so as long as you don't push them all the way up where they're getting caught up against the hand here, you should be good to go. But he's really fun just as a little dune buggy, missile launching dude buggy to roll around and play with. I've got his non-transforming chest plate on him right now just to show that you can keep it on in alt mode. although you will need to take it off for combiner mode, because again, he uses that chest peg hole as part of his connector point. And to transform him, these missiles on the side are pegged into the forearms here. There's a little tab here, and there's a couple tabs on his back that are pegged into this. We'll see that when we come up. So just kind of pop those missile launchers up and lift it, and you can see these two pegs peg in up here as well. But bring the legs down and pull them apart. Go ahead and flip the feet. These can flip flat like that. And then the feet come down. Flip the toe out. Actually, you may want these like this. Yeah, you want to leave those up, yeah, because this missiles come out, and you can rotate this all the way around, and then you fold that back up and forward, fold this down, and then the missiles fold up into the back of his legs like that. And same over here. Flip that back up, flip the whole foot out of here. Gives you the clearance to rotate it around, fold it back up, fold the missiles up, fold that flat, and there you have. These should also, these will be flipped up in, you rotate these around and flip them up for combine or for alt mode. I just hadn't done it, but anyway. And then these little knee pads flip down. And then you come up here, lift this panel up right here to untab it. You can see his head in there, but we can't lift his head up yet because of his front mode. So pull his arms up, untab this whole front end, which, and that's the other thing too, these wheels are tabbed on, so untab the wheels, and when you're going to alt mode, there's a little tab up here on this hinge that rotates into place as you bring them up, and then the wheel tabs into that to lock it in place, but we're gonna bring that down and up like this. You can see now that tab's on the inside. The wheels come onto the back, and then the little front bumper piece folds down onto the shoulder. And you can position the wheels back here however you want. Lift his arm up, and then this wheel on the leg comes around, folds around to the back like that. Same on this side. Once you have the freedom of the arm, you can get that out of the way. Rotate that back around like that. This arm's done with the exception of his hand, which will flip out. And this one, you see, you do want to flip it around. If you have the open hands, you want to flip it around so the back of his hand goes into the arm. But there's a little grab there. You can flip that down. Rotate his hand around. Same over here. You can get your finger on that tab. That slot, rotate his hand around, and then do the same thing here. Unpeg the wheel, bring this down, rotate that up, fold that down, bring the wheel around to the back, and then open up this panel, flip his head out, probably the least problematic head of the three so far, and then this kind of comes down on the hinge and then sits on his back like that. And there he is in robot mode. He's got same ball joint head, ball joint shoulders, bicep swivel, dual hinged elbows, wrist swivel, waist swivel. He's got some actual panels here near his hip. And again, when you're transforming him, you want to be careful of those because his hands might bump into that if you don't push those panels all the way down. But if I bring his leg out to the side, you can see there's a little panel here that can rotate out. He's got like a little hip panel here. But ball joint hips, thigh swivel, dual hinge legs. You can get the wheel out of that way for more range of motion. You've got front to back, side to side on the feet. This is his, like I said, his animation clean chest plate. He also has a molded pistol. Little spot for a symbol if you've got some really tiny Decepticon symbols. But then he also has the molded or the transformable chest plate that plugs in. And also comes out, flips out and this one you really do just kind of flip out the pistol here and leave it like this. The tabs right here, I have found that like with his hands, the way his hands work, you can kind of get him to hold it in his hand. To get him to hold it securely, it has to angle a little bit because of his Jaguar head kind of interferes with the forearm. He holds his weapon his transformable weapon, he holds the worst of the bunch. You can flip the Jaguar head up and get it in his hand a little bit more securely, but it's still, it's not the best of the transforming weapons in hand, unless you get everything lined up just right. But then it transforms as well into, kind of leave that as a tail, flip the head down, flip the legs down. Now, unlike Kill Bison's character, these big panels here don't fold down to the side like Kill Bison's do. So he's got it's like a jaguar, a white jaguar with black limbs and big purple wings. But there's his little transforming companion. And as mentioned, on top of that weapon, he does also come with some these little claws that attach to the weapon, the big combined weapon somehow, but they also have little flip out handles that you can use to give him kind of cat claws to attack with here in robot mode. Like that. They're kind of cool. And then for his combined mode, you want to transform the arms back up, fold his head in. But you want to bring the arms, you want to leave the arms there. You want to bring these the wheels back around to the front. Like so. And then you transform the feet as if you were going back to alt mode. Rotate that. Flip it up. Fold it in there. Same over here. Rotate that around. Rotate this around. Fold it up. And up into there. Like that. And this is what you're going to have at the moment. Bring these, make sure these aren't clearanced. You don't want to peg the legs together just yet. So you have kind of this looking thing. And you're going to take this, open this up right here. And his chest peg just sits on this peg that gives him some of the crunch there. So you take this, slide it in, and peg him onto the chest like that. And then this piece folds down. There's a couple of pegs in here that are going to peg in here, and this peg right here is going to peg into the back of his crotch. So fold that down. If you get everything lined up, like make sure this lines up, and it should automatically peg into the top of his vehicle mode. And the wheels just kind of sit here in the waist, however you want to see fit. And then there's the little tab on his forearms, or the little, Is he not sitting far enough forward? These should be pegging in. Okay, I just need to slide. Get these out of the way here. Slide his arms up, because these should be pegging in. Slide his arms down. Oh, there we go. Slide his arms down, and then this little peg on the shoulder piece pegs into this part right here, like that. And that helps lock in place. I just forgot to slide his arms down far enough. There we go. Lock those in place. And then these are going to fold up. And the reason I said don't peg them together yet is because there's a slot. Oh, you know what? I did this wrong too, because you need the foot. You need the foot transformed the other way. My bad. Like this, because, yeah, okay. Because these are going to fold down, and then you're going to want to tab this white piece into the slot on the side of the foot. And it can take some arranging to get that all specifically where it needs to be. Fold that around like that, I guess. And same over here. bring this down here like this, bring that wheel out of the way, and get that lined up. And once those are tabbed on, you can tab the legs together back here. Okay. The toes you can do whatever you want with, but those sit like that on the back. And like I said, you still get, because of how it works, you still get like the peg that goes into his chest is just on this piece and not this piece. So you get a little bit of ab tilt there, and then ab tilt at that teal piece. So you can get some good crunch for the combined mode there. And then once that's done, you said we've got get the wheels out of the way here. You can just attach the legs, just snap them on to these connectors. So we'll go ahead and do that. Like I said, it's a solid snap. There we go. They may only snap on one way too. So I just remembered I had to twist these things to get them off earlier. You snap the legs on. Maybe I just need to line them up properly. There we go. Snap the legs on. And there you have the lower half so far of Lyokaiser. Let me get this all the way up. And like I said, a lot of the pieces, oh, I didn't show off the extra hands. One of these days, I swear, it's just been one of those days. The extra hands for the little robot. He's got some little, holding like a little Energon fan blade type of thing. 2 of those, 1 for each side. He's also got the karate chop hands, the closed fist he comes with, and the general open hands. Again, they swap on and off. Just like all the others do, you pop on and off the ball joint. But yeah, anyway, here's the lower half of the combined figure. And it is, while there are some extra pieces to make the combined mode, once it's all together, like I can't wait to have the other 3 or 4, depending on how you want to combine them together, because what I've got here already is, one, very hefty. It's going to be a nice, solid, chunky combiner. He's a little bit taller than their DJD combiner, according to pictures at the head, without the arms, just with Lyokaiser, not Leozak. People have shown them off together. And once I have Leozak, I'll bring out my DJD combiner and show off that size comparison. I could do it now, but like you're just going to see like the lower half of a robot next to a full robot, and that doesn't make sense. But like there's the gun, so if you see, imagine him holding that. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. And the rest of it, moving forward from here, won't rely on so many extra bits. There is like some torso wrap that goes around Leozak that plugs in here to hold and fill up the torso a little bit, but the arms I think are mostly the robots themselves with like some fists attached. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, like I said, I'm really happy with how it's progressing. And once you have these legs snapped on, you can just pop all the robots off and leave this all together. But it really isn't difficult to get them in and out of there, which is cool. Like I said, these guys just pop right off. It's a little more involved to get Jaguar out of there. But yeah, there is IF-EX68 Claw of OSE. We'll see you soon for, I can't remember what they're calling Leozak right now, but when he gets there, we'll do that one. And hopefully we'll have at least the Jets by the end of next month, if they both come out next month. And then hopefully by Christmas, we'll have Death Cobra in the mix as well, who can be an arm or a backpack. And if you have Death Cobra on as the arm, you can have Hellbat as the backpack. But although it just kind of, either one of them as the backpack itself, it looks like they just kind of hang there. But there are some extra pieces that come with Death Cobra that kind of give him like, almost as if he is attached to the back and given giant helicopter blades for a flight mode. So we'll play around with those configurations when they get here. But all in all, it's coming together very nicely. And I'm really happy that I finally decided to jump in on this, because it's nice to have a really cool Lyokaiser that's not super expensive from Japan. Although, I wonder what a current Lyokaiser goes for versus what I'm going to end up paying for this set all done. Is it comparable? I don't know, but it's still cooler I mean, like, obviously G1 has its charm, but you're going to get a lot more detail and posability out of this than the original. Anyway, that's it for me. That wraps up this week of Iron Factory new arrivals. Thanks for watching, and we'll be back when the OSE gets here. We'll also get Transformers 1 is out next week. I've got my ticket to see it. I had a chance to see it early this weekend and couldn't make it because I'm filling in for a coworker, and it was at 10 a.m., 2 hours away, and it just wasn't happening. But I am really, really looking forward to that. Hasbro is allegedly sending a promo box of stuff for Transformers 1. I don't know when that's set to arrive, but I'm looking forward to checking that out. If you remember the Rise of the Beast promo box and some of the other sets, you got an idea of what we're in for there. Anyway, that's all for me. Don't forget Transformers Day, September 17th, I believe. For 2024, there's going to be in pre-order the Elita 1 that several of us got to show off earlier this week, or last week, I guess. You can pre-order the B127 Badassatron Bumblebee that Thu got to show off as well on Transformers Day. So a lot of other reveals and goodies coming out that day, so just be aware of that and prepare yourself, because it's probably going to be a big celebration for 40 years of Transformers. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to see Transformers 1. We will talk about that after I have seen it. So anyway, take it easy. Thanks for watching. Hope everything is going great. We're getting real close to the fun part of the year with the spooky season and all that good stuff coming up. I'm going to be super busy at work for the next few weeks because we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. But soon, it will be time to catch a break. Well, actually, no. God, I just thought about everything else, and there's election season coming up. So, going to be really busy for a while, but we'll be doing what we can here and in real life. Niblet's off at college. She's doing great. She's having a great time. She's doing well in all her classes so far. So there's just an update on real world stuff. She's doing well and doing really well in college. So everybody who reached out and said congrats to her through video comments or on Twitter, I appreciate it. But she's doing great. It's a little weird not having her in the house after 18 years of having her in the house, but that's where we are. Anyway, y'all take it easy. I hope you all are well, and talk to you soon.